we've always touched on this when we talk cross country. Not only in cross country are you competing against other people, but you're always competing against yourself, and that's something you can do any time of the year, right?
Sure, yeah. And, the kids have been doing that. They haven't competed in a long time, but they're getting really good at comparing runs from last week or a month ago and kind of seeing how they're progressing. And so that's kind of kept them motivated through this long spell that we've had of no competition. And so, you like to see the kids have that mindset.
I know we've just had, well, a couple of days or a couple of mornings of practice as things officially were able to get underway yesterday on the 10th of August. How have the opening couple of days been for you and your group?
It's gone well. During the summer, we have been able to get together and put miles in. And so, for us, not a lot has changed. We're still putting in the long runs, the miles that we really have been. And so, once we get back into school, get some stuff going in the afternoon, we'll crank up the workouts a little bit more and really dive into it.
To you, what are some of your goals as a team, but also personal goals that you might have coming into the season?
As a team, for conference, we want to be top 3. That's our main goal this year. We should be able to do that. And for my goal is to not get hurt and to have a full season.
All right, good. We hope that too.
Personally, for me, I'm hoping to have it be my best year. Because last year was kind of a bit of a letdown compared to what I thought it was going to be. But so far, this last 2 weeks, month-ish, I've been running pretty good. So I'm hoping that it stays like that, and that I stay in that mindset, and it turns out to be my best year yet.
Yeah, similar to Acela, just make my last year my best year.
That's good. Guys, I think sometimes we fall into the trap of just thinking, well, running is simple. You just get out, you run. But when it comes to cross country, there's a lot of strategy that is involved. Talk a little bit about what you guys have learned as far as how to run cross country, how to attack different elements of cross country through the years.
Yeah, there definitely is. A lot of that I've learned is my breathing comes to effect quite a bit. It's just like your breathing. If you have the right breathe strokes, I guess.
Yeah.
It helps a lot with your running, and then listen to your coach a lot during the meets. That helps a lot when to make your moves. He tells you where you're sitting in the race. So that's what I've learned.
Yeah. Jake?
Yeah, basically the same as Dane's saying. Just a lot of the breathing and just what Coach is saying just really helps add to how good you do.
Casey, what about you?
Well, breathing's pretty important, and I think that you have to have a good mental game going into the race. When you start and there's some good runners and coach says we need to beat them, you need to keep an eye out for them and ride them and catch them by the end of the race to help your team out.
We think back to last year. You guys had a great year, made it to state in Class C as a team, finished 5th overall in Class C, but day 2 of the tournament, your team shot a 377. That was the lowest 18-hole score shot by a team in the tournament.
Yep.
That, I would think, I had the pleasure of being there and watching the excitement of the girls coming in, but that has to show you and the team what this group is capable of doing, because you got several of them coming back.
Yeah, for sure. We have all 5 of our varsity returners from that day coming back, so we're really excited about what we have and what we have coming up through the ranks. It's going to be this will be the deepest team I've had since I've been here, and it's definitely going to make us better. We're going to compete for spots, and that 377 was a blast, but I think they look back at it and they say, what if?
Sure.
I think we were 10 strokes away from being the state runner-up, and if we shoot our practice round on day 1, we're bringing home a big trophy, and I think they kind of see that, hey, we can maybe do some crazy things this year, but we're gonna have to keep getting better, just like everybody else. But don't get older, get better. So
Yeah, girls, when we were talking to Coach earlier, we were kind of talking about last year and some of the great achievements that you guys made, not just individually, but as a team too. Talk a little bit about the goals that you guys have for yourselves as a team and then as an individual too as you move into this season. Who wants to start?
I think the team goal is make it to state and place even better than we did this last year. And my individual goal is just get better throughout the year and get to state and place higher than 7.
All right. Avery?
As a team, I think as a team, we all agree that we want to come out stronger than we did last year and get even better. And then in the individual goal, work hard and get better and place higher than 7th last year.
No.
I think state is definitely a start, but I think we can definitely do great things there and show everyone what we can do, and I honestly think that we can place in those top 3 places.
Yeah.
I feel like as a team and as personally, we all want to improve our game as much as we can and just do real good throughout the season.
Last year, Skylar, it just all came together for you. What a great season. Making it to the state tournament, made it to the state semifinals, playing in Pinnacle Bank Arena. Wow, you know. But to get to that point, there was a lot of work that was done way beyond that. And I'm sure that as you think about that, there were a lot of players that played before last year that still had a lot to do with where the program got last year. Would you agree?
100%. But I also am going to say I think the program also got to where it got because of this group that we're going to have playing for us this year. We were lucky that this senior group that we have, they may not have a lot of varsity experience, but they have been playing together on like 9-10 JV for multiple years now together, and they made a great practice squad for our team last year. And that team probably would have beat a lot of varsity teams just on their own. They just had those seniors playing ahead of them. And so for these seniors that we have this year, them being able to practice and make our varsity better because of the way they practice was huge.
We saw basically the complete shutdown of athletics back in March and April going into May. Then in June, things finally were able to start opening up. I know that for volleyball and all sports, so much now is done in the summertime. How did COVID-19 affect some of the things that you say would normally do in the summertime to get ready for the season?
Well, first off, I mean, we go all the way back to the spring where we lost our club season. So normally we play 4 big tournaments with our teams, just getting a new look at our next year's team or an idea of what could happen with our next year's team. So our varsity did not even get 1 tournament in. I think they got 1 practice in and that was it. And so that will affect a little bit, I think, just for not being able to get some of the kinks out or seeing what possibilities we had. Then we started in on some Zoom workouts, probably April, May. We did some Zoom workouts, trying to get them somewhat in a routine and together working out. And then we were able to open up the weight room June 1st, and with what we were able to accomplish in the weight room, that was great just to be able to be in the weight room. Summer-wise, volleyball-wise, we were able to get our summer league in. It was kind of reduced to teams just in Custer County rather than some teams from outside of Custer County. So we got 4 great nights of matches there. The varsity were only able to compete in 1 team camp, where we did have 3 team camps set up for the varsity. We were only able to get 1 in. Our younger girls were able to get a couple in before things got shut down again, before season started. So, I mean, we definitely didn't get to play as a group or in an intense game situation as much as what we normally would.
Girls, we've been talking obviously about some of the success of last year. Talk a little bit about that success from your perspective, and how does that success drive you to achieve some of your goals that I'm sure you've set for yourselves and for the team this year?
Well, we're really proud proud of the girls last year. We were close with them, and they pushed us just as much as we pushed them in practice. And we want to prove, like, to ourselves and everybody that we can get just as far as they can, because I know we can.
I was thinking about this. I think the first interview I ever did was with Broken Bow football coach Mike Garner in 1997. And now I get to do the first interview with our new head coach for Broken Bow football, Carly Wells. Welcome, Coach. Thank you for taking the time to join us.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate you having us.
Yeah, give him a hand, folks. Welcome back to the Broken Bow family, my friend. This has to be awesome. I know you're a grad of Broken Bow. You're on that 1987 state championship team. Since you've had the opportunity to put the whistle back on and be a head coach of a football team again, and you've been back here, some of those memories kind of come flooding back a little bit for you?
I don't know if the memories of that come flooding back. I'm just excited to be back on the field coaching. When I'm on the field, I get pretty excited. These guys would probably agree to that. So I'm pretty intense when I'm on the field. So I just like to have a high intensity when we're out there and when we're repping and when we're out there practicing.
Yeah. Guys, talk a little bit about the season from your perspective. What are some of the goals that you guys have, maybe individually and certainly as a team, as we go into this 2020 season? Frazier, you want to start?
Yeah, we're excited for the season. My goal is to finish the season, don't get shut down because of COVID or nothing.
Yeah, I hear you.
I say we have a better positive attitude than we were last year. We're more positivity or mental in our heads, being more physical than we were. We're stronger ever since Carly said the best weight program probably Broken Bow's ever had this June. And we're just coming out bigger and stronger and more positive than we were Broken Bow ever has been this past couple of years.